Hello. We are going to be back in fishing North Atlantic here in just one second. Um, just as soon as it decides it wants to open up in full screen rather than quarter screen. Whenever you minimize the screen, apparently it doesn't want to reopen in full screen. It wants to open in quarter screen. So you have to go through all of the reopenings again. And I've tried every different way to fix it. It just decides, nah, you don't want to play that game. It's just like, nah. All right, so here's what happened. Went out there yesterday. Spent about I don't know 9 hours, 10 hours, doing a little line fishing. Well, a whole crap ton of line fishing. Um, and then I realized, hey, wait, these quota things, right? You go here, and it says quotas here. Redfish, which was on my fishing boat. I did get another boat. It's a little fishing boat. I'll show it to you in a minute. Um, it was mostly, it seems like it was mostly maxed out with redfish, like right off the bat. It was only allowed to have 88,000 redfish per freaking year, as far as poundage. Um, and it was already at 60,000 when I started with it. And I was like, wait a damn minute here. Um, I couldn't find, hardly any redfish to begin with, and then I finally came in and got a couple um, hints or tips. Speaking of which, let's get a tip. Um, and see, they started finally popping up after I was already darn near finished with it. Um, you know, at that point, I was just left with garbage, really. Paddock or Pollock and then Paddock. That would have been just about it. And those two fish, well, they're only like $1.89 and $1.83 for most of these docks and ports. So yeah, I went ahead and I skipped per week all the way up to lobster season again, because well, we obviously are not ready for a bigger boat that could fix a lot of our line fishing issues, from what I understand. So we're gonna build up some cash. Just doing this right here. Um, let's see here. I promised to show you the other another boat. Shipyard available. Back owned. Okay, we got the Falabuen. It's a silly little boat, but it did hold 15 max long lines and 5,000 hooks. Um, I don't know, cool boat. It was slow as dirt, but it got me where I was going, and we got, I don't know, I think I put down somewhere near 8 long lines with it, and those are not small, short lines. Those are like 547 freaking yards long, and they're nutty. I mean, seriously, they are nutty. Um, they go for a long, 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 long ways. So, anyway, that took I don't know, probably about 2 minutes to 3 minutes to go from one end of the line to dropping, finally finishing it off. No big deal. You just sit here watching Netflix or something while you're sitting out your lines and whatnot. We didn't make but maybe $300,000-400,000 in two trips, and we were maxed out on redfish for the year. Um, there was just no point in finishing that. Um, we're just gonna stick with the Lenore for now because it's got um 30 crab pots rather than the 12 that I believe, yeah, 12 that this one has. Um, and it's basically, I don't know. At this point, it is a jack of all trades. We don't have a whole long, 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 long ways to go. We're at 1.1 million already. And let's see, where are we today? We are Should be Digby, I think. Yep. Welcome to Digby. Do we need gas? No. Undamaged. Are we good on fishing gear? By bait. We are good on fishing gear. Oh, I love lobster season. There's only so much you have to do. All right, so let's go to the map. See what we found yesterday. Um, this is where we were sent um, for the lobsters. So we are going to go and we are going to hightail it right there. And those guys are basically exactly where I was fishing yesterday. All of these guys. Um, yeah. So we're going to come down here and then we're going to bring it up to about right here. I think I was schmoozing out this way more or less, but we'll see what's going on straight north. All right. Now let's see what we got on the sonar. Well, you wouldn't know it, but if I decided to go ahead and do this, it would make it look like there's a heck of a lot of freaking lobsters down there, right? That's over the last 1,094 yards. And it all starts, I think, right about here. And it looks a lot more than there is, right? But you're only dealing with maybe the nearest 100 yards. So this is literally what you have. That's what you're dealing with. It just looks like there's a lot more of them than there are, I suppose. All right, so we are a little further north than I thought we were, but that's all right. Um, let's let's go down a little bit further. I don't want to just automatically start out in the middle of the thicket. I want to drive up to it a little bit. There. Go down here to the crabbies, and there we go. Now let's see what we got. Nothing. All right, that's what we want. Nothing. Just kidding. That's not what we want. Um, these two were working their ever-loving nays off yesterday. They're both fully trained now. As far as sorting crabs, pot hauling, long line hauling, hand gutting. I pushed him up a little further and cook him, not much. He's getting there on his own, but they're both the same. Um, Wait, I really didn't need that. Let's go ahead and throw you here. No, 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 no. Let's put you back in the house. You go here. Um, well, let's have her create prepare some bait because we're sitting on three. That's never a good thing. I don't think. Gotta always stay ahead of that. All right, so let's head up north here. See if we can't find ourselves a couple of these Krabby Patties. I reckon it's full, according to her, because she ain't doing nothing else. So you go back to bed. But this should do us a little better on this setting at 109 yards. Because you're not really dealing with much more than that when you're dealing with lobsters. You know, it's not like they're swimming or anything like that. Well, that was a little late. My bad. Well, no, maybe you got it. Maybe you got it. We'll see. We'll see. All right, let's straighten you up and go north. There we go. Can't have you going south there. Or east. Not that that's wrong. That may be, in fact, where the Krabby Patties are today. Nobody knows. Okay, we are running into more of them now. It looks like they did make a trip up north. Alright, next one of you gets it. Eh. And as long as it's dropped, I guess, somewhere in here, you should be okay. Because, you're talking about 109 yards. not talking about that squished up map with everything all right there in the front. You hover this little thing here and drop it right on their head. As soon as one pops out into the open, you just go ahead and slam that sucker down there. Bye. It's like playing Bombardier or something. We're gonna run maybe one line of this so y'all can see, you know, we're talking 30 here. We're gonna fill her up. I don't know that one string of 30 is gonna fill her up or not. Came pretty close yesterday. I was actually surprised. That's where we got like our first. I think we made like $500,000 on one load. But it is the beginning of the season, so hey, prices can only go down from here, right? Look, there's a crab. Our bait seems to be doing good for now. We usually don't run out until we get around 25 or 26. So we'll have her on tap to get her back out there. And yeah, she can haul line now too. She's pretty quick at it, as a matter of fact, and he's really fast at sorting. So that may actually be something that I turn around a little bit. But after they both hit level 20, they're both really quick. They typically have that pot sorted by the time I get to the next pot. It's not like I have to go 4 miles an hour anymore waiting on them to get their act together or anything. But if you look, it looks all squishy squished, right? Nah, it ain't squishy squish. It's just like that. Let's be honest with this. Alright. Didn't have to juggle that one that time. We were good on that one from the start. 4 more for this string and then we're headed back down. Hopefully, I think we're going to go down on the left side rather than the right side. I don't know that that's going to be any better. I don't know that it's going to be any worse. We're going to do it. Should be close to about 2 miles. Their habitat is good for 2 miles from the center in every direction usually. You just have to figure out, go the strings and figure out which way the majority of them are headed. And it says they're headed this way, but are we out of them? We may have run out. We may have to go back. We got one. But they are starting to thin out really, really bad in this area. 2 more. Come on now. We can squeeze 2 out of this. I'm sure of it. We can squeeze 2. Don't be giving me nothing when I'm ready to drop now. Come on. There we go. 1 more. We can squeeze 1 more. And then we're going back. Show me ahead. Show me ahead. Come on. I dare you. There you go. Alright, we headed down. We headed back. Head off to the left a little bit. Leave just enough space between us and the next pylon, or the next opening here. There we go. And we turn back up this way, or down. We immediately look for a crab, and we drop it. Da 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 da. Alright, we're headed back. Y'all thought y'all was just gonna sneak on by there, didn't you? Didn't work so good, did it? Mm-mm. Next. And see, this is easy work for him. You see, he's barely even tapping his stamina on this. Why? Because this is the fun stuff. This is the stuff they want to do. It's like, yeah, I'll throw anything in the water. Pulling it back out. No, 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 no. You go pull it out. And look, there's the other buoys. All right. That's when you know you're doing it right. Oh, no, I think I just fished a crab. That's not good. 8 more, 8 more. We're done. 8 more. It does. It takes. It's very time consuming. Um, it's not like you just go out here and say, okay, uh, I'm gonna set this for quick travel to the end of wherever I want my lines to be, and then I'm gonna set another quick travel to take me all the way back up to the top with more lines. It's not that easy. I mean, you've got to actually sit here and manually do this, and in turn, it takes I don't know however long it's taken us so far to get here. We're at 23, and then picking up these things takes a little bit longer. But that's okay, right? We're out here to see some scenery and get a, peek at things and stuff. I don't know. Okay, let's go that way. Get our lines a little closer together. We're getting a little separated. There we go. This ought to work. 5 more. Seems they're a little more populated over here in this particular area. We haven't really had to go as long waiting before dropping over here. I mean, we pretty much know where all the hot spots for all the lobsters are, so it's not like we really have to go and get tips for them. Um, I guess it could help as far as other fishers saying, "Oh, look, we're not used to them being over here, but man, they're thick." But just like last year, everything is starting right here in this particular area. But yeah, I even spent $300,000 yesterday for a quota extension because I already had lines in the water when I was on that other line fishing ship. Wow. Um, we're just gonna drop. Yep. That was. Oh, yeah, we're getting bare somehow. What happened here? Give me a lobster. Give me one. Come on, just one. Give me one lobster. I dare you. I double, triple dog dare you. Look at that. Got you. All right. So we be done. Our lines are setting. Putting him back in the house. We are going to quick travel down here. Back up to her. Okay, they've been down for 2 hours. So we're going to go ahead and give ourselves a little rest for the next, oh, I don't know. Let's go 19 hours with it, right? No, well, 10 o'clock at night. Why not? Um, hmm, okay, very odd. Let's get our employees back out here. You're going to go ahead and do the sorting. You're going to do the pot hauling. Okay, and off we go. Yeah, it is. It is a little louder when you get closer to the boat. I wish, line fishing worked a lot better than it does, and I wish that it was actually worth doing. It's just not. Um, at least not when you're first starting out. When you're already established and you have a lot of freaking cash, it's a great way to go. Um, in fact, it's a really good way to go if you're first starting out. Because I don't know, for whatever reason, things are just a little different that way, I guess. It doesn't take much to actually build up to a bigger ship that you can actually go out there and have a higher quota for. But if your quota is at 88,000, you're in for a very short season. And that boat had one of the lowest 947 pounds. It had one of the lowest quotas I think I've seen yet. I don't even think the No Yankee was that low. It might have been, but damn, 88,000 total for an entire year. That's that's a little nutty. I mean, even the Pollock was like 455,000, I think. Oh no. Okay, this is what I need to be watching right now. Lobster, we're already at 167,000 pounds. I I have no idea how that happened either. No idea. We didn't do it. Uh, we didn't get that many yesterday. Um, I got, I think, 40,000. And that was it. All right, where are you at? You're way up there. And that was 580 more pounds of fish. We have 42,000 pounds left in storage. And once we get built up a little more, especially with money and ships, etc., like that, we can get into other things. It's just you can't really do that without being built up. You just can't. You've got you know employees that you got to hire and get them trained up, and you got to get your boat worked on, upgraded, etc. There's a lot of things you got to get taken care of, and it's very very time consuming. So it's like I was saying, this is a forever game. Once you start, I don't know, it never really finishes. It never really ends. So it's basically decided on what you decide to do, not really what dictated by game speed or how fast the game wants you to do it. Except for right at the beginning when it has your missions and tutorials and stuff like that. All right, so let's see if I can beat them to the next buoy before they're finished sorting these. We're at 42.5 as far as storage left. Nope, couldn't beat them. And this ship is maxed out right now in speed, as fast as she goes. Go ahead and give her just a little bit of positive traction there in the water, and let him pull them up out. How much was that last one? I didn't see it. 580. 589. I don't know why it does that. That's crazy. Okay, next. And yes, she is doing the hauling right now. She's doing the pulling it in. She does very well, and he does extremely well in sorting. Look at that. He's finished already. 453 pounds. What's going on down there? Not much. That's for damn sure. Even fully squished, yeah, it still don't look like there's much going on. Okay, positive forward traction. We're at 2,570.4 pounds of fish over 4. Okay, off we go. As soon as he gets it on the boat, we're gone. The sorter's just, I don't know, gonna have to deal. And he does so very well. 651.7 pounds of fish. And just feather that prop all the way through here. Okay. Nexties. Ooh, he got a big pot that time, I suppose. It's taking him a little extra long. 836.7 pounds. Though it doesn't look like it actually registered. It might have. Okay, my little bar came up saying set unbaited pot. We up out. We moving. Got no time for the BS. Let's go. And stuff. And all them other things nobody likes to talk about and say. There we go. That last one was about what, 600 pounds, I think. 633.1. It does not like to come back from messages without pausing itself. 462 pounds. And I know up here in the north, it's probably going to get a little worse as far as the numbers. But, you know, the further you get away from anything, the more things are going to get like that, right? Let's see here. How far out did we go? Okay, so that's 1.4 miles. Um, this is a little beyond the end, so that might be the zero point 0.4 miles. It's zero point 0.2 at least. So you want to go probably a mile up. Oh, my bad. And then a mile back down. And then a mile underneath. That's a 2 mile radius around, from top to bottom. It's a mile radius. And side to side, angle to angle, whatever. Okay, so we have 6,089 pounds of lobsters right now. Over, well, 10. Just stay there, buddy. Just stay there. That's all I want to see. 6,729.2 pounds. This is our 12th pot. So let's see how it does. And that moon is just shooting those laser beams at us. £738.4. It's not horrible. It's not exactly what you want to see, but it ain't. It's good. I mean, I ain't gonna say that it's bad. Bad would be if you're getting like 5 pounds. That's not good. But you do hope for higher. Um, you just do. And things were really, really, really spread out up here. So I wouldn't doubt that we're gonna have like very little to go through up here. Maybe. Never know. I could be dead wrong. Maybe our biggest catch is up here. 804 pounds. Huh. We're at 8,271.7 pounds of lobster. That's enough to feed you for quite a while, I think. was trying to see if I could see the other ability from here. I reckon not. I'm blind. But then again, it's not being made easy to see. Not exactly. There it is. £756.8 out of that last pot. We're up to 98, 94.4. I can say we're probably going to need another 30. And we're down to 34,000 left in storage. I think when I went in last night, I was left with 9,000 left in storage. And that was after I had dropped 30, and then I think I dropped 15 more. I didn't drop a full 30 the second set. But that's because we were moving up pretty quick. And I fished a totally different line. It was, I think it was to the west last night. Now we're going north. Next, I want to go out a little bit to the west and see what happens out that way. Might not be nothing out there. I don't know. Could be. Maybe. Maybe not. Okay, so we have nearly nothing under us. We got one or two. Let's see what comes up. $748.8. Not bad. It seems to be a, I don't know, average number around here or something. You'll notice that when they're pulling in the lines, turning is very limited, very, very limited, and it should be because you turn the wrong way and you're putting the line underneath the boat, etc., etc. Nobody wants to do that. Well, some people do, but most don't. At least wouldn't think. Let's see. If I was to go from, say, here, God damn it, here to here, and now let's go up to here. There we go. And put one of these right there. What's the matter with you? I say go right there. You jerk. All right. So this means we should be good from here down to here, right? Line's already set. We're good. And I didn't do that last night. I should have, but I didn't. It lets me know where I've already been and where I know that there are where there are lobsters at. Or were lobsters. I don't want to overshoot them, but if we don't get tips for anywhere else, I don't. There weren't too many places where lobsters hung out. At least not last season. They hung out pretty much in the same area. At least as far as the tips. And then of course you had that one group up north that was a kind of a pain in the rear end to freaking to go in and fish out. Um, I guess that's what it's about, right? The pain in the rear. One thing I do miss about that other fishing boat, um, it didn't get tossed around in the ocean like a freaking toy in a bathtub. Not like this one does. 958.7 pounds. Now we're catching the big boys. I guess it's raining. There's just a lot of freaking shadows on the water that shouldn't be on the water. And this boat does make it a little easier than say the Oyankee in that it's not as choppy with the throttle. It's still a little bit gimmicky, but it's 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 in there. It's close. But it still gets tossed around like a little toy in a bathtub. 683.9 pounds. Kill it. You see how much faster we're making our way through this now that they're both level 20. Rather than sitting here going 4 miles per hour from one to the next, hoping that they finally get their act together, I pretty much floor it from the moment that they pull that thing on board to the moment I get out here to the next one. And usually by the next one, when I'm slowing down trying to get lined up, they're ready. But that's just this boat. It's maxed out, as far as your engine's concerned and stuff. So, and these guys being maxed out means they're getting through things a lot faster. We're at 15,000 pounds of lobsters, which ain't gonna cut it. not for a sale. I want more poundage than space. I don't want to go back unless I have less than a third of my space left. And right now we have more than half our space left, so yeah, we're gonna push another line to the west. I think this time. I don't know if there's anything over there or not. We're gonna find out though. Dump it. I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 more pots left. It's around 4,000 to 5,000 more pounds. That'll put us at 20, 21, somewhere in there if we're lucky. Um, yeah, and that's half. That's half a load. That's I don't know, probably about 200 to $300,000, maybe. Yo, don't let's not slip and slide. This isn't ice. Just drive straight. There you go. Push it in the ring. And up she comes. And for this next trip, we're gonna wait until daylight to actually set those. I don't like this night fishing stuff. It's not horrible, I don't suppose. It is kind of bright for a night out here, but I think I prefer the daylight rather than doing this in the middle of the dark. It's just not fun in the middle of the dark. Come on now. Here we go, slipping and sliding again. Just stay straight, buddy. Stay straight. All right. Last catch was 761. The one before that was 848. Okay, we still have 24,000 pounds left. We've only got 19,000 pounds on the boat. But we still have 3 total pots to go. Um, I'm just looking for halfsies. That's all, halfsies. Because God only knows what we're going to find when we go out to the west. Um, we might not find hardly anything at all, but seeing as beginning of lobster season, I think this is like the fourth or the fifth, um, the sixth. So yeah, these lobsters should be damn near everywhere, right? Just saying, man. Can't let the other fishermen get in here and take our fish, man. We don't make no money when they steal our fishes. soon as I see that basket come up out of the water, I'm spooling them up. It takes it a minute to react. So by the time they get that basket on the freaking table, the engine's finally spooled up enough to actually start going. All right, this is number 30 right here. What is that blue thing I hear? Oh, that's the center. Okay. Yes. Oh, yeah. Why don't I did that on my own? God damn it. The one we miss is the last one. Never miss the first, never miss the last. Leaves lasting impressions. All right. Yeah, I think this is the center where they marked where the fishies were, or the lobsters were, and yeah, they're not here no more, are they? Mm-mm. No, sir. That they are not. Something's going on over there. I think they're having a redneck party. Okay, so we made it out to here. Um, let me let him finish. I just wanted to see what this was. It's just there. All right, we got 598 poundsies of fish. We have 21,000 on board, and we have 22,000 remaining. So yeah, we damn near split that down the middle. All right, so let's go west. Um, yeah, no, I didn't mean that. There. Okay, go. Okay, so there's 1 mile. That keeps me on track, hopefully. We'll see what happens from here to there, right? Looks like they might have a couple lobsters underneath, but maybe not. All right, let's get our employees set. Who dropped last time? He did, I think. So you go inside. You get to set pots. Actually, no, you get to go and make more bait because she has nothing to bait with. Okay, we are on center line. You can go back to bed now. You're just basically stuck. Sorry. Like I said, there may not be anything out here at all. I don't know. We're gonna see. That's what we do. We see stuff. Looks like this is a bust so far, huh? So far. Might be a bust all the way through. Okay, this is from where we started just now. We're getting nothing. And we're about halfway across. Still seeing and getting nothing, which is pretty much what I expected. Okay, so let's do something a little different then. Let's back it down. We'll recycle you. We'll quick travel. Let's see, hang on. Let's run that line one more time, just because we can. Alright, since she's going to be working, well, you really don't need to work. I got food. Go repair something. There's a fish. We're going to catch a fish. Oh, I can't catch another fish yet. Those two popped up. Perfect timing. Come on already. I don't know how this is a dense population. Maybe because it just looks that way. It's not. It's fairly well scattered. Waiting on you, Mr. Lobster. There we go. I mean, if one trip up here takes out that many freaking lobsters, I I don't have much faith in the reproduction system of these lobsters. I mean, you see one or two other people fishing, but not many. And most of them seem to be fishing for, I don't know, redfish or something. Because they're not moving or anything, they're just sitting there. And you don't see any buoys, or their buoys. There's fishermen right there. Okay, that's my marker there. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Stop it. Give me a lobster, please. One lobster. Thank you. Drop it right on their head. Squishy squish. Too bad you can only drop these like every 109 yards. I'd drop them right on top of each other if I could. Okay, that was 9. Good God. Sure takes a boat a long time to get 109 yards underneath it. I guess how many it is, isn't it? 109 yards. Yep, 109 yards. 109 yards, 109 yards. Right? Okay. Good talk. I hear the birds singing and yelling and screaming. My God, come on. Got a little bit of an angle there. Not too much. Just making our way up to the bigger lobster up there. The big lobster. Rock lobster. Where are we? There you are. Eat cage. And like it. This should be where we were running into low quantity issues up here. They do move much faster across your screen now because, well, you're dealing with much shorter space. Rather than bunching them all up over the last 1,000 yards. Okay, that's 14. One more. Come on, give me one more. One more lobster. One more little lobster. Come on. I dare you. There you go. Turn and burn. Head up this way until we get a black bar. And drop and head for home. There's our black bar. Now we're going to turn to parallel. Oh, there we go. There we go. And drop it. See, this is a little more grouped up than it was on the other side. There we go. These are, but unfortunately they came between our last pot and this pot. Hopefully they migrate right towards those pots. They have plenty to choose from. corrective curve in. It might have been a little premature. A little. Hello, boys. Can I get a lobster, please? Thank you. Jeez, that's a big gap between 19 and 20 there. Let's squeeze it in a little bit. And see, here's a whole bunch in the middle again. Come on. Let's go. There you go. They're in bunches somewhere. Don't beat me. I can give you something to beep about. This is the front of the boat. This is about this drop point. This is the back of the boat. And this is trash. Trash I don't care about. I just want to see what's under the boat. Show me what's under the boat. And we got 4 more pots to go. And then we got about 24 hours to sit. Well, not 24. That's for damn sure. Usually by the time we're done, 2 hours have been elapsed on the first pot, so. Come on. We're there. At least the long line boat would tell me how far out we were from the last line, or how far out our line had gone. That way you had an idea of when this thing was going to turn so you can drop another. Plus that boat. It made 109 yards real fast. It wasn't the fastest, but it seemed to move a heck of a lot better than this. Two more. Come on, give us a good group. Good, thick group. That's not thick. That's onesie twosie. 29 cut. That should be where I guess our better stuff is up north, north of this. Everything south of this seems to be like this. Okay, so let's head on back over here to you, then back up to you. Back up to you. Bud and bud. Okay. Now, you go to bed. Um, yeah, that's about it. So let's go over here and go to bed. Go on. Let me make sure you didn't do anything out here I wouldn't have done. No, you good? All right. Still had a little bait left over. Oh yeah. What's in here? More bait. Okay. We were gonna fish in the daylight, weren't we? And we didn't. I lied. I totally lied. What the hell? Let's go to midnight. What do you think, huh? Nothing like fishing at midnight. Way to go, Stormy. Big jerk. Alright, that worked so well the last time, we're gonna do it again. But yeah, I had these two. Man, they were gutting fish, and I had them on rotations of 5 hours each. Their stamina was building up big time, but they couldn't keep it up. Um, I mean, I had food going in them and all sorts of stuff. They got built up a little bit, just enough to go back to gutting, and they got it done. It took them a day or two to get it done, but they got it done. It was very time consuming. It's a very time consuming process. And that's basically because we couldn't afford, one of the boats that has the automatic cutting tables and stuff like that. And even if we couldn't upgrade it yet. Ain't got the money. Gotta have some money for that, man. That stuff ain't cheap. £906. We're now virtually even with fish on board and storage left. And I'd leave, the camera down like this so y'all could see the stars and whatnot. And the Milky Way way over here. But then I can't see the freaking buoys. Sorry. Gotta be able to see the buoys, man. I might be able to leave it like this. $692.8. And off we go. And if I could find a place that was actually populated well enough, we could do double drops. But these areas are not populated well enough for double dropping and stuff like that. And these two, it would be a form of gymnastics, just swapping their jobs over from one to the other, making sure that nobody's in hauling while we're dropping. Because if they're standing here at the hauling position while you drop, they're gonna haul in the freaking pot that you drop right there on the spot. So it's, I don't know, it makes no sense. But I guess it does keep you from overfishing one specific spot over and over and over again. $743.4. We're getting some weight on us, and you can tell because this ship don't want to go. It don't want to go. It's getting weight. The more weight she gets on her, the slower it is to actually react when you're ready to take off. Is that the moon out there? Or is that just a boat? I can't tell. Where is the moon? Don't know. MIA tonight. That might be it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is. That's the moon way over there. Yeah, it's shooting lasers at us again. £459.7. About 21.3. I wonder why the moon looks like it's shooting some kind of laser beams at us. I mean, it's not the sun or anything. The sun's apparently down that way because that's the way it's shining off the moon. $421.9. Yeah, the further north you get, the lower the poundage gets. So it might have been better to just do 10 tensies, 3 lines of 10. If even that. Who knows? Might pick up. Might just pick up. Doesn't look like it's gonna pick up though. Mm-mm. 492.7 pounds. This game does have music. I'm not sure if it's copyright or not. That's why I'm not playing it. It does have a radio, um, and I don't really want that. I don't know if it's not copyright, I'll play it. But if I don't know, and the game doesn't exactly tell you, um, I'm not gonna play it. Not in a video. I usually play it when I'm out here on my own. It's not bad music. It's decent. It's music. That's all I care about. It could be opera for all I cared. Honestly, I can listen to that too. My God, we dropped a lot. All right. 'What do you know? The moon's as bright as the freaking sun. Actually, it seems to be a lot less annoying. Hmm. Next. Nine 25.1 pounds. Wow. It did pick up a little bit up here. Okay. Where are you? There you are. All right. Now the sun's getting nice and dark. Or the moon's getting nice and dark. I'm not sure why it was so bright when it was right down here on the water edge. 14,000 pounds left. Okay. One more, and then we're turning back. $431.1 or $432.1. I think we're gonna make a lot of money on this. Maybe so, maybe no. I don't know. Uh-oh. Bend it like Beckham. There we go. Where's my next one? Oh, it's way over there. Okay. All right, 15 more, and we have right around 14,000 pounds left to play with. And I think we're probably going to wind up overweight. Maybe. Doubtful, but maybe. Our second run seems to be going along a little better than our first one did. I don't know. There we are. That last one was 646.7. Keeping an eye on you. I see you out there. How this boat gets anywhere in any good time, I don't know. It's 6 miles an hour max. Oh, yeah. And they do raise up the baskets a bit faster if you're sitting still. than they do if you're already running. But yeah, these guys are working so fast. I need to cheat a little, cheat them a little, and let them slow down a little. All right, now we're ready. They are too. Damn it. 563.5. We have 10,600 pounds left, and unless we get nothing but freaking 1,000 pound pots from here on out, we're good as far as weight's concerned. Shame. $635.6. Bad weather must be on the horizon if these waves are starting to get choppy like this already. See if we can do this. I doubt we can. No, we're not gonna be able to do it. 500.2 pounds, down to 8757.4. And this boat is sluggish when she's heavy. But then again, what vehicle isn't, right? Some vehicles just aren't meant for all that weight. about 20.9. We're down to 8,200 pounds left. Oh yeah, we're doing all right. We're doing all right. We might come out pretty close, within 5,000 pounds of our max load. That should be good, right? Now, if I was anybody uh, out here on the sea, I'd say, look, we got 5,000 pounds of room left. We're going fishing for 5,000 pounds more fish. 718.3. But seeing as how it's a game, nah. It seems kind of petty. I know it does, but in real life, it's not petty at all. It's literally money, um, money you're leaving on the table, and that's never a good idea. What do we have out there? Is that a boat or is that a whale? I don't know. It's like maybe it's a boat. Where you going, Mr. Boat? You go stop in front of my little buoy? Yeah, maybe. You don't know. We'll see when you get there. Hit the valley between the waves, come up over the top. We're surfing. Uh-oh. Now the waves are surfing us. There we go. Now how'd I know you were just going to stop right there? Right in front of my buoy. Hmm. Right, because you do it all the time. Now I turned off HDR today, and I'm hoping that it comes out a little better, in the video because what I'm seeing is a lot of, or I turned off HDR. Um, I'm seeing a lot of pixelation and archived crap. Um, my internet's fast enough to deal with it. I don't know that YouTube can accept it. Either that or um, it might be her doing her streaming that's causing a need for higher internet usage, and I don't have it partitioned properly. Because I think she's streaming in three different platforms at the same time. Yeah, worthless, but still, it's what we do. Worthless stuff. All right, chop it. Hi, bud. Thanks for stopping in front of my buoy and stuff. It's not a big deal or anything. Just, chill out, man. There ain't nothing down there but one freaking lobster. And I think I got them all. So ha. All right, we got three left in 4,900 pounds. So yeah, we're within 5,000 pounds. We good. We good. We going home with a mother load. Hopefully the prices are decent. Because I'm sure everybody is starting to hit the markets with their fish. 905.2. Oh yeah. Do you mind? Let's not do that, okay? All right. Why are you pulling to the right? I was clearly pushing to the left. I mean, when you're going backwards and then you hit the forwards and you push the steering wheel to the right, it should push left immediately and then start pulling to the right after you get going a little bit. Eh, whatever. $4.20. A little late. All right, pull that up and I will put her in bed. Neither one of them look any worse for wear. They both look fairly happy and mostly rested. Didn't use hardly no energy today. Lobster fishing. Ain't it great? All right, you go to bed. We're at 3612 for storage. All right, you done? 966.7 pounds. That left us with 2,645.5 pounds. Yeehaw, and a half a tank of gas. All right, so where are we going? Um, who sells lobster for the most? 1409 at Yarmouth. 1420 Lunenburg. 1437 Lockport. 1437 Lockport. 1466 at Digby. That's why we were at Digby earlier. Okay. Map. There we go. Zoom out. Head up to Digby. Yep. We're home. 1466 will be the price that they're paying. 100% fresh, 5,584 quantity, 41,447 pounds, 607,000 was the revenue. We paid these two Yahoos 16,624.51, which is really, really good for a 3-day trip, or maybe a 4-day trip, I guess. I don't know, 16,000, 8,000 each. You got to know. Why is she making more than him? I don't know. I might have trained her up a little further, but he does the most work. $599,097.99. That's what we made. Total of $1,767,538.93. I think we did pretty decent. Maintenance, we'll go up here. We'll fill her up with gas because that's going to cost us some money, right? We'll repair the hull because that's I could have had him do that, but why bother? Um, Buy bait. We got 2 left, 3, 4, 5. We're good. And see, you can make some money with these little boats out in the middle of nowhere. Town, bar, tips. No, 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 no. Mm-mm. No, thank you. We see what you guys pay for those fish. It's not worth it. What's our quota sitting at now? Oh, wait, my bad. No. Um, Quota. Lobster, 207,000 out of 330. I think that number's a little skewed, but, it is what it is, I suppose. I don't know when and where I caught cod. I don't think I've seen cod anywhere at any time. I don't know how that's even there. We've not caught 60,000 pounds of lobster today neither. At least I think that's what it was. 144,000 when we started. Now it's at 207. It's cheating. It's cheating, man. It snowed last night too. Look, we got snow all over everything. Well, except for the houses. The mountains though. But anyway, this is what we've been up to. This is what we've been doing, and we've been doing it repetitively. Once and then again and then again and then again and then again until finally we have enough money that we can just say, okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to buy a big boat, a huge boat, right? So anyway, glad you came along for this little fishing trip, 5 day trip. And anyway, you guys have a nice day, and we're going to go ahead and end it right here.